G'day, I'm Dan Valentine. This is the second Whiparound adventure. Glad you could join me. Me and my partner Tony, which is supposed to be sitting right there in that seat. We're going to travel around the Gippsland area, over the highest peaks of Australia, the most southern point of the mainland. You'll probably see some snow. You're going to see some beautiful countryside. A little bit different to the last trip we did through the Wimmera Mallee, which was a very dry and arid place, even in winter. It's winter again. Going to be rugged up pretty well. We've taken some precautions with bringing a hand winch this time, in case we do get bogged. Last time we didn't quite push ourselves to the limits. Anyway, I'm just on my way to pick up Tony. It's nearly 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, 22nd of June, which is our winter solstice, of course, shortest day of the year. It's going to be fairly cloudy all day, I think, and the rain will probably hit us at some stage. Our first stop for the day is going to be the Alpine National Park, just on the other side of the main city of Wodonga. I'm going to go get Tony. He hasn't seen the ute yet. I've had a few things done to the ute. I've got a bull bar and some lights put on. A friend of mine, Daryl Richardson, has made a really good tray for my dash. So we'll see what he has to say when he sees that.
Looks great. The boys have done a great job on it, Danny, so I'm very pleased with it. I'm looking forward to seeing it in action, brother.
Well, the first thing we need to do is to actually find out...
Tony and I want to be a bit better prepared on this trip, so we thought we'd get some snow chains, just in case.
On this particular model, but I know they're acceptable on this type of model.
Oh, yeah.
Just bringing all of this to around about level. Blue chain, a blue clip. It's the chain that hasn't got any kind of clip on it.
Oh, yeah.
That goes through there.
One you can tighten like that.
Yep. One bottom part of the chain.
Yes.
Through the plastic bit there. Second through there. And then this goes up onto there. Chains full score.
Too easy.
You reckon you'll be able to handle that, Tony?
Oh, absolutely. Not a problem with me.
Have fun. Thanks.
Just coming from Shepparton to Benalla, but we're going to take this back road here, I think, Danny. We've got an intermittent road there, but off the Tocumwell Road, but I think this next one will get us there quicker, actually. We can zip around the back of the lake from there.
We're going to end up in Glenrowan, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Come back into the back of Glenrowan right there. For lunch, probably.
All right.
What do you reckon?
Find out a little bit about Ned Kelly there.
All right. It's dead dry. Hasn't been water in that for a long, long time. And it's very peaceful. A lot of dead trees in there. And it looks like an old lake from a long time ago. It won't ever be filled again. Can you hear those sheep, mate?
Yeah, noisy out there.
Yeah. This is just the area where Ned Kelly had the shootout with the police back in the 1880s. These crazy little statues made out of timber. There's the police just across the road over here. You'll see some of the Kelly gang members all done up. And we've got a bit of interest in it because we're both police anyway, so it's part of our history as well, you know. And yeah, so it was quite interesting to see that station was still going just only a few years ago, recently.
That's amazing.
Kelly siege gun. And the 11th of March 1997. 11th of March 1997. It's unreal how they could find that. Yeah, 117 years later.
Yeah. You buy some Kelly armour.
Yeah, this is a letterbox. It's a letterbox.
Oh, a letterbox.
See? Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah.
That's a mould board off a plough.
Oh, yep.
That's what they made the suits of armour from. I'll take about 8 of them and make up one full suit of armour.
God, that is heavy.
That's just the helmet.
Put it on.
Oh.
And you can see they took it up the rifle range and give it a good blasting too.
They did do that. Is these?
There's shotgun blasts. There are a couple of rifle blasts.
Yep.
But they weren't allowed to get within 30 feet of it, or 30 yards, because of OH&S.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Whereas with Ned, they were only 10 feet from it, apparently, towards the end.
A 6-shooter.
I can't believe they used this until 99. Dark and gloomy.
The good old hardwood cells.
Oh, they're the coppers.
Yeah, they're the coppers, mate.
God,
Yeah.
look at them.
Well, we're going to the Bonegilla Historical Migrant Site. Oh, we're just here now, aren't we, Dan? Tell us a little bit about the history of this place that you know of.
Well, when I came to Australia, I was 2.5 years old. We flew into Sydney, me and my family, mum and dad.
Yep.
And the first place that migrants came to was here, to the Bonegilla Migrant Centre. And then I'm not quite sure how long we stayed here, but this is from here. Migrants were relocated to other towns, you know, Shepparton or wherever. And we happened to move to Shepparton. And
So initially you didn't have to stay here too long, is that what it was?
I don't know how long you had to stay here. I suppose if you knew people in the country, that would probably help you relocate.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what we're looking at here.
But it's not used anymore as a migrant
I
site?
don't think so. No, it's a
historic
thing.
site.
So, you know, I'm talking 40 years ago when I came here. You can see how small each room would have been, but
Yeah.
I guess some families would have been fairly large. But they probably had a little basin and a couple of beds. I don't know if they had their own individual.
It all would have been pretty basic, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was interesting.
What'd you think of that?
It didn't trigger any memories. But it does give you a bit of a strange nostalgic feel about it, knowing that you're a part of that, you know.
Yeah.
And so were many other people. I mean, what they say, 300,000 people went through that camp between 47 and 71, something like that.
Yeah.
Even though we had maps with us all the time, occasionally we still got a little bit displaced.
Have a look around the bend, look.
Mysterious.
Fog.
Oh, we're supposed to turn off the Walhalla.
Wawa.
Yeah. Next turn to Kajawa. We've got to go up here and then round to those camping sites.
Right out. Oh, here we go.
Hey, I can put my new lights on.
You can too.
How you going, mate?
G'day, mate.
Good, thanks. Cows getting ready for milking. Oh, off-road.
Oh, finally.
Bloody smoother than
Than the bitumen.
Is to know that you love me too.
We got set up pretty late actually, and we found ourselves setting up in the dark, which wasn't too much of a problem, but it ended up taking us a little bit longer than we thought it would. We're at a place called Bluff Falls, or what?
We are at Bluff Creek camping ground.
Oh.
And Bluff Falls, so we're here, we turned in there, but Bluff Falls is a bit further up that way. Tomorrow we might go check out that
Bluff Falls. Yeah.
And see how we go. Day 2, we tracked through the bush to, what was the name of that place?
Bluff Falls.
Bluff Falls, and it did bluff us a bit.
Certainly did. The size of it, there's nothing much there.
Tracked through the bush at night time, and there wasn't much there.
We're just going to head up to Bluff Falls now and just have a bit of a look at it in the daylight. Last night we came up from way down here. If you can see how steep that is, Danny.
Yeah, I know.
We climbed it right around, zigzagged up here.
In the pitch black darkness.
Yeah.
Apart from our little head torches. And so from there, people would go to have a spectacular view of the falls, which themselves aren't real spectacular at the moment. But they'd be...
See, Dan, this is what bluffed us last night.
Yeah.
I just decided to have a little bit of a shower under the falls there. Splash some water over my hair, over my face. Really, really cold, but really refreshing and invigorating. It's something special, actually. Danny, what? Look how way up there. Look. The mist is clearing to reveal the huge face of this mountain. I guess, Danny, with the cloud right in amongst all these mountains, it gives you an idea of how high we really are. I really don't know, but I'm looking down over this cliff face that I'm sitting on, and it is just a sheer drop, and I can't see the bottom through the cloud, mate. And it's an unbelievable feeling to be this high up above cloud. It's just beautiful.
Well, we're glad that we made the effort to go that little bit further. We almost gave up, didn't we?
We did, and we just thought, surely we've missed it somewhere along the line, but we made it, and this is it.
Come on, you're scaring me. Every time you move, I get a little shiver.
What?
Yeah.
Great fun, Dan. Great fun. Thumbs up here. Oh.
We kept travelling further on, through fog-covered hills, green pastures, endless road. There was hardly any traffic. We were slowly making our way to the Snowy Mountains, home of the impressive Snowy Mountains electricity scheme. The Snowy River hydroelectricity scheme was completed in 1974. It took 25 years to complete, and it was the largest engineering project undertaken in Australia.
Look how they cut that swathe through the mountain.
I saw that. That is a lot of work. Very, very deep cut through there for these huge pipes.
How do you stop a pipe sliding down the hill when you're trying to put it in place?
Yeah, but imagine getting all the machinery up there to do all that.
Yeah. And it's amazing. After all that effort, it only produces enough power to run 2 light bulbs.
What do you mean?
I was joking.
Oh yeah, good on you.
From Scannell's Lookout, we were able to see the passage through the highest peaks of Australia.
The highest, which is Mount Kosciuszko, is a mountain located in the Snowy Mountains, of course, in amongst the Kosciuszko National Park. With its height of 2,228 metres, or 7,310 feet above sea level, it's the highest mountain in Australia. It was named by the Polish explorer Count Paul Edmund Strzelecki in 1840. We left the lookout, made our way along a more windy road, hoping that we weren't going to get blocked somewhere along the way with a heap of snow. We passed the highest peak in Australia and kept going past the alpine village at Thredbo, and gradually made our way to the Jindabyne township. Jindabyne is one of the highest towns in Australia, at 918 metres above sea level. Originally situated on land that is now Lake Jindabyne, the town was transferred to its present location in the 1960s due to the construction of the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme. Jindabyne is connected to the surrounding areas by the Kosciuszko Road, the Alpine Way and the Barry Way, the road we were hoping to navigate. We stopped at the information centre and got some interesting facts about a man who lived in Walhalla, an eccentric collector we just had to see.
It's about the third time we've been behind this car now. This car that only seems to go like 20 miles an hour. We're at Jacobs Creek. No, Jacobs River.
Yeah, Jacobs Creek. We'll take some wines home, eh?
That's right.
Yeah, no, Jacobs River.
Jacobs River, right behind us. It's as small as a creek.
There's Dan seeing another photo opportunity. It really is spectacular out here.
It's so hard to actually take a good photo because the mist in the air. It'll help you to take the fog off the lens.
There's the Barry Way where we've come through.
Yep.
And from Jindabyne, and right there on the border, that dot at Willis.
So
we'll move down to Suggan Buggan, then Walhalla,
and
we're just going.
It's at Walhalla, that town there.
Oh yeah.
Is where just near there is that eccentric bloke's place, and it's I remember now it's called Seldom Seen.
Really good. Let's go.
All right.
Well, I rode last night to the second city. It looked bombed out and the people weren't pretty. Fire and violence things on their face.
We're heading to Walhalla.
Walhalla.
All right, so here we go. Oh my God! Have a look at this.
Someone here.
Have a look at this joint.
We had a bit of a yarn with him over the phone. He said he was going to be out. Said, feel free to look around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I like the interesting bike sculpture there, Michael. It's a ripper.
it's one of the recent ones. It's one of his better ones.
It is it? Free coffee, free water for cyclists, air, unleaded petrol, not free. Fair enough.
Seldom Seen service station is named after the local hill and the local creek. It burnt down several years ago, but Michael was able to start afresh and continue on with his little eccentric collection of skulls, bicycles, fridges, anything he could think of. You're more than welcome to stay at the accommodation, which is absolutely free. He loves the company.
Oh, here's the other one. Hey, hey, all right. See you, Brian.
Brian.
Yeah.
The dog's name, Brian.
See you, Brian. Be good. Come back.
Come on.
Did you do anything to my chicken? Oh, yeah. Whose chicken is it? It's a narrow road, but it's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Like, you'd have to do this once in your lifetime.
It's amazing, all right? Jeez.
I mean, imagine trying to reverse back to a spot so you could let another car go by.
There is not much room for error.
Oh!
Just pull over, pull over, pull over. Thanks, man. He knows what he's doing, mate, that young bloke.
What smells?
Brakes. the brake fail lights come on, and we're a little bit worried about it. We're in the middle of nowhere, so...
I don't know a lot about brakes, but the brake fail light came on. My foot went all the way to the floor. I had no brake. And then it came on and said it failed. But now,
Shit.
it's got to fail. The brake's on now.
Test it now. How's it going?
Oh, haven't got any, mate. You got to
Brake fail again.
Yeah.
Lights come on.
You got to pump it.
Yeah, but just be careful when we go downhill.
Oh.
Fuck, you don't want to end up over there. We're in a bit of strife, I think, mate.
I don't know.
We've got no brakes.
Well, maybe we've run out of brake fluid.
It's not a matter of just topping up brake fluid if we've totally run out. The fluid's got to be bled through the brakes. You know, you've got to bring it to a mechanic.
Well, let's have a look under the bonnet to see what we've got anyway.
All right, mate.
So I can smell something.
Brake fluid's full, mate.
Well, if it's full, that means it hasn't leaked out anywhere.
No, maybe. The brakes are just a bit hot. I can certainly smell the brakes. I can't see any leakage. Well, there's nothing much more we can do up here than just
Want to have a bite to eat?
let it cool down. We'll see what it's like after that, eh?
Right.
Are you worried about the brakes or anything?
I mean, you got to consider it, but why worry?
Well, one reason why I've got to worry about it is that we're pretty much on high up a mountain. We've got to come down. A little bit worried about it.
Well, mate, all the fluid levels are right. Even oil's full.
Yeah.
We had trouble in the first ship with a bit of oil, but that stop leak might have worked.
We'll just see how we go from here. The brake light isn't on. We've let the brakes cool down a bit. See how we can go. See how far we can get, really, with this brake situation. But we did the checks and nothing seemed really
Obvious.
a problem.
Certainly got brakes now. If they're back, that means it must have been a heating problem. Well, here it is, McKillop's Bridge. Going across the Snowy River. The famous Snowy River. Probably was quite a flowing river once in its heyday.
Once I had this dream that I was standing in Osaka. There was a geisha and a refugee.
The Snowy River, a very important river in this country's history. For the Snowy River Mountain Scheme providing electricity, to providing the setting for movies, like The Man from Snowy River.
Keeps her eyes down on the ground as if she's waiting for the earth to open up and pull the geisha and that man into the cauldrons of Japan, beneath the streets that only serve to keep the gravity at bay. She talks, I sleepwalking, I did not hear things.
It's a beautiful place with amazing scenery. If you're lucky enough, you might get to view some of the wonderful wildlife we have in the area.
Once I had this dream, there were two star-crossed teenage lovers trying to keep their secrets safe from everyone. 'Cause if the parents ever learn this...
We need to go to make our way by tonight to Crystal Falls.
No, Frosty Hollow.
Oh, I don't know where I got that from. Frosty Hollow. So
That's in the Erranundra National Park. Take us forever to get there.
it is.
We want to set up camp once in the daylight, don't we?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you were lost there for a minute, didn't you?
I thought we'd come out at Bunning, but...
Yeah, I thought we did too. Yeah, Vendock 26.
Have another look.
What's that one?
Just says Bendock Road. Old Bun... Yeah, no, that's right. Is it?
I don't reckon this is it.
You don't reckon?
No.
We'll go by your instinct. Well, if you can hear us over the car noise, we're actually in the Erranundra National Park now. This is still actually on the way to Bendock, but we're going to turn off and see if we can find out Frosty Hollow.
It's hard to keep my mind in check
We've had to go through a couple of obstacles. Nothing too dramatic. Had to go through a snow patch. But there must have been a storm recently or something, because there seems to be a few branches down here and there.
With you and with the things you do.
Oh, just let's go. Whoa!
Does it remind you of, what was that?
Yeah, down at Lake
Tyrrell.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, look at this, eh?
I'm going to thank the person that went through here before, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Princess Highway Fire Club Terrace.
Dry weather only.
Yeah, that's
Erranundra Saddle Rainforest Walk.
That's the way we want to go.
Yeah,
Well,
let's go.
Didn't you boys read the sign?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, whoa. Slow, whoa. That's it. Oh, Ranger.
Is it?
Might just
Yeah, it's
drop here.
I think this is the worst it's going to be. I don't know how many people have driven along it, that's all. You might get to a certain point and suddenly there's no wheel tracks anymore. Might not be a good idea to keep going. Yeah, if you're going to go to Frosty Hollow, how are you planning to get there?
If you don't think we should go there, we'll...
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea.
Alright.
And it's sort of a bit out of the way from here. I haven't actually been to this Ada River camping area, but apparently that's just had a sort of a revamp. If there's no evidence of anyone else going through, I wouldn't
No,
tackle
not
it
even with
without a chainsaw and you don't know what might be over the road.
So we've got an escort now, and he seems to be going a bit slower than what we were going.
Geez, you've done well there, mate.
Anyway,
All right.
give me a few minutes.
We've cut this. We reckon we should be able to get through it. We'll just see how we go. Now, he's done it.
This is going to test us out. Well,
I don't know, mate. These are heavier than you think.
2, 3. 3. 3. We've decided to see if we can cut through this one big limb. If we can get through that, we'll be able to drive the ute underneath. And cross your fingers, further down the road there's no more big logs like this, because that'll really tire us out. It's gone 4 o'clock, it's getting darker. We might end up setting up camp in the dark again, which we were trying to avoid, but anyway, that's what comes with the territory. Pretty much only had a saw and a old rusty hatchet.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Sawing and hacking.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we got it. We got it ready. Yeah, I thought it would, mate. We got that so far.
But eventually all our hard work paid off.
Took a long journey, but here I can stay. Welcome every moment, gonna come my way.
Hey! How good's that?
Okay, hopefully that was the greatest challenge. This road. Oh, someone's moved that tree.
Jeez. Amount of trees along the road. No, we're going to have to get out and move a bit here.
I better go ahead and help him.
Let's hope next time you see us, we're at our campsite. Let's wait and see.
It took us a while to get through that
Now the rainforest there.
rainforest. Well, there's a few obstacles to get through. I mean,
We really had to persist, didn't we, with it? There was no way we were going to turn around.
I didn't want to turn around.
No.
We're at a place
not.
called Ada River, and the only sound is our voice in the river.
We took the risking coming down here, not knowing what we were going to be up against. We persisted. We nearly gave up, but then we were that close, we thought, nah, we can't. What do you reckon, Dan? The bacon's starting to look all right. It's funny when you turn up to a spot at night and you can't really see everything, isn't it, Dan? I mean, and you really haven't got an idea of how beautiful it is. You know, you come in and you go, oh yeah, this is really nice. It's a nice spot. We'll stay here. Wake up in the morning with the daylight reveals absolutely this beautiful, pristine area. You know, ferns, really thick, lush bush. Very, very pretty. You sort of wished you got here in the afternoon previous.
The camera work still needs a bit of work, does it? Directing skills are getting a little bit better.
Yeah, but yeah. These hills and mountains just seem to go on for absolutely ever. And it's just so beautiful.
Well, they sort of do. This area that we're travelling through is the highlight of our film, which is the Lower Great Divide. And the Great Divide is the Great Dividing Range, which dissects the country right from nearly the tip of Australia, parallels the coast of Australia, and goes all the way down to Melbourne, down in Victoria. It just goes, that'd be a couple of thousand miles. We're finally back on Bitumen Road, which is a little bit hard to get used to after you've been driving through those windy, slow roads up in the mountains. We made a very short stop for a 15-minute walk through the Bem River rainforest. It was quite pretty with some of the scenery, moss-covered trees and the ferns, mist rising off the fronds. We had a little, almost a pet bird come down to us and enjoy a piece of fruit. Currawong, yeah. Only took us 15 minutes. Well worth the stop. So we made our way down from the alpine region. Not long after that, we were down the beautiful coast.
Woke up in the Alpines, and now we're right on the edge of the sea. Can't get much better than that. I'm going in. Yeah, it might be a little bit cold or a bit cool or whatever.
What made you ever think that we were going to go swimming in winter?
I just thought, just one of your favourite sayings, you know? Just in case. We're in the alpine region just an hour and a half, 2 hours ago now, here, dipping into the ocean.
I really like that spot. That was fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful. I really needed that swim, Dan.
I'm amazed that you took it. Yeah.
No, it was good fun, and after that, after you took off, nothing against you, but I really enjoyed the time on my own, just sitting on the beach, just kicking back.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean, because like I went on that little walk and...
Just like you, yeah, you got it.
Oh, my kids would have loved it because there was like rock pools and just whole shells, you know, like, you always get broken ones.
Oh, yeah.
These were like big snail shells and the different...
As kids do, don't they love it? They just spend hours there.
There was a sea lion up on the rocks, just sunning himself, just the one.
Just one?
Yeah, I thought he when he saw me, I thought he'd take off, but no, he got up and just actually turned position. I think he's just sunning himself. So the Great Dividing Range is over there to our right.
Yeah.
It's curved around to head towards Melbourne. So we're actually south of the Great Divide.
Oh yeah. So we've got about 40 k's to go, Dan.
40k.
Yeah. And
until we get to the Den of Nargun.
Which is in the Mitchell River National Park. It's only 3:30, so we've actually got a bit of light this time. We'll be setting up in daylight.
Yeah, it should take us about half an hour to get there, probably.
Dan, darling.
Hi, Dan. Yes, Dan.
Lee, how you going, Dan?
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Good, thanks.
As luck would have it, we just ran into Yasmin and Glenn from the Parks Victoria Rangers, and they told us to come down here to Billy
Goat Bend.
Billy Goat Bend. It's a nice little camping ground, and they were just.
I don't even know if it's a camping ground, Dan.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, but I don't know if it's. I think he just said you can actually camp there. I don't think it's a specified camping ground.
Okay. What's this say?
Billy Goat Bend
Road, picnic area, amphitheatre. Look out.
We're told that apparently this is very pretty out here where we're going to be.
Group camping
area.
Day visit area.
So the camp.
Look out. Yeah, just camping there. Beautiful.
This is great. Oh, well done, mate.
The end of the day came across us a bit quicker than we expected. Our visit to the Den of Nargun would have to wait till the morning.
We're just going to have a look at the amphitheatre lookout. We're here at, is it the Mitchell?
Mitchell River National Park, yeah.
Magnificent. Whew. As you can see behind us, there's cloud in the background in the amphitheatre, and it's a beautiful sight. Just at our campsite, only just about 50 metres away, there's not a breath of wind, but here it is quite windy, and you can feel it actually coming up and hitting you in the underside of your face. It's very cool. Absolutely, it's freezing.
The Den of Nargun is found on Woolshed Creek, a small tributary of the Mitchell River, about 1 kilometre from where the creek joins the river. The area is the site of a significant Aboriginal importance. After heavy rains, the opening to the cave might be hidden by a waterfall, which has excavated a significant rock pool at the base. The den was once rimmed with stalactites, but unfortunately over the years, visitors have decided to break them off to keep as souvenirs. An interesting Aboriginal story was told of a creature called the Nargun that lived in the cave. Children were told of the story around campfires to keep them away from the rock pool. These stories served a dual purpose of a cautionary tale to keep children close to the campsite and away from the sacred cave. The Den of Nargun was considered a special place for women from the Gunai tribe, and in reality was used for women's initiations and learning ceremonies, as opposed to being the lair of any predator.
Just on the road to Walhalla. Once again on the dirt roads. We've got about 40, 45, 50 kilometres to go on this road. It's a logging track.
Walhalla is a small town, founded as a gold mining community in early 1863, and at its peak, home to around 3,000 residents. Today, the town has a population of less than 20 permanent residents, though it attracts large numbers of tourists and is a major focus of the regional tourism industry. The town's name is taken from an early gold mine in the area named for the German Hall of Fame, the Walhalla Temple. The history of Walhalla is closely linked to the history of gold in Victoria. The vast majority of gold extraction from Walhalla centred around Cohen's mine, the largest single mine in Victoria. By 1900, the mine had already produced around 55 tonnes of gold, 1.8 million troy ounces, worth around $790 million US in 2005. We're going to go to the long, what's it called again? The long extended mine tour. That's for nearly an hour, depending on how cheap the tour guide is.
We're going to be travelling 300 metres in, and we'll be 150 metres under the surface when we get to our deepest point. Take photos. We've got Dan and Terry here. They're doing some little doco type thing. We'll head this way. We're written up on the board.
You ready to go, Terry?
Up to the first set of lights there for me, please, and just wait there. Takes them 2 years to get to this point right here. 2 years. That's now 1867. They've been digging for 2 years, and we look up here, and you see that groove in the roof up there. Another one over here, another one there, up here. In the old days, they're all put in by a hand tool that the miners used. It was called a tap. It's an iron bar with a chisel end on it. Starts off in miners' talk as 4 feet long. It's 1.2 metres in funny talk for you. You'd understand that one. The unlucky bloke hangs onto this, holds it up against the rock. While he's doing that, his mate, well, you hope it was his mate, on the sledgehammer, takes a double-handed swing, hard as he can, and tries to engage the face of that on the end of that. They then drill that hole in the rock. They fill that hole with black powder, which was gunpowder, stick a fuse in it, light it, do a runner back down there, and drop a bit of rock. And in the early days, they'd come back in here with a wheelbarrow and take the rubbish rock out. In the later years, you can see the tramway and the skips have been put in as the mines become mechanised. And they work by candlelight, and it changes dramatically under here. And history tells us that there was lots of head strikes, and people quite often have told me, they said, oh, it's a mining term you use. Well, no, it wasn't. It was quite simply the big hammer missed the end of the tap and struck the unprotected head of the miner in front. Nice rigid bar across here. Then they could rest the drills and the jacks on them. And the advantage of that was they got rid of the guy behind you with the hammer. These boilers were designed to be a lot more economical than all the previous boilers. And these ones come out, they only consume 7 tonne of firewood a day each.
Just 7?
Just 7. So by the time you put 5 of them in here, that's 35 tonne of firewood each day out of this chamber. And this is one chamber of many chambers of many mines.
Well, it's just after 2:30 and we've just finished our tour of the gold mine here at Walhalla, and Danny's just gone off to do a few photo shoots and get some memorabilia from Walhalla. Absolutely beautiful town, and very historic to Victoria, Walhalla is, and we learnt a lot down there, so we've had a really good time here in this beautiful little town, so things are going well. But we've got to head off to Wilson's Promontory this afternoon, and we've only taken these photos, photo after photo after photo. I don't know if we're going to make it there in time, but in the dark anyway, we'll have to hitch another tent. It's been the story of our trip lately, pretty much. So anyway, we'll be on the road shortly to Wilson's Prom.
Actually, you know, it's funny, when I came down here on my motorbike years ago, I parked the bike and then started setting up my tent, and like my bike was still pretty hot, and all those little tiny wrens were flipping in and out all through the engine, eating off all the little cooked bugs.
Fair income. That was a turtle.
Was it really?
I reckon.
I look like a
That
sock.
went over.
And for the final time on our trip, we were setting up camp in the dark again. And we had an interesting little visitor through the night.
Here we are on the last day, and we're at Wilson's Promontory, Tidal River. Over behind me you see Mount Oberon, and what we're going to do is go and climb that. So I think it's about an hour's moderate to easy walking.
No hard.
Sorry, moderate to hard walking.
Yeah.
It's going well so far. I've been about 10 metres.
Here we are, still going up. Danny says he's feeling the pinch.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not even in the camera.
yeah.
He said, oh look, I'm really tired.
I
really
didn't say that.
I said, oh.
I'm just starting to feel it.
You've got to take Mount Oberon nice and steady. No need to be competitive.
I'm beating Danny. I can't let him catch up to me.
What do you reckon, Dan? This is the summit of Mount Oberon.
Absolutely fantastic, mate.
Oh, it is beautiful. We are so high up. The water today is just absolutely pristine. It's just so calm. Up here it's just so calm. There's not a breath of wind, is there?
No.
Over that side is the most southern point of mainland Australia. And further over there you got the far eastern Victoria. The absolute far east. And you can see it all right here from Mount Oberon.
Well, it's a long way up. It was an easy trip down. 558 metres above sea level. I'm going to have a look at a rock that looks like a whale's head, apparently.
It's called Whale Rock.
Mate, there's a bit of noise coming from under that bonnet.
Yeah, it sounds like our steering fluid's low. Let's have a look.
That looks like it's spit a bit of stuff out.
It has. And look on the side there, right here. That's the power steering reservoir.
Do not overfill.
No danger in that, mate. There's fucking nothing in it. there's a dipstick there for the transmission fluid.
Where?
Somewhere. I had one of these, and it was always down here somewhere.
We sound like very good mechanics now.
Yeah, we're going to have to stop into a servo. At least we're going to have to get some fluid. There we are there, tidal block.
Yep.
So straight out the back here, and then we've got, we go right, footbridge, and we should come out near Whale Rock.
Look at that burrow just there.
Oh yeah, that's a wombat hole.
That's the bridge over there.
There's a bridge there.
That's where we've got to go down there.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
There it is there.
We're right here.
Well, that didn't take long.
Our campsite's there. That is just there.
So what whale does it look like then, do you reckon?
It's just a fucking rock.
Well, looks like a happy whale. We climbed right to the peak of that.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's beautiful here. Wilson's Prom is absolutely beautiful, but as for the camp spot itself, it's not my favourite. It's my least favourite on this trip.
Just a bit too busy for him. That's fair enough. Time to go. We didn't know if we were going to see any wildlife during the day, but what happened? We see an emu right across our path.
Yeah.
Now we're going to stop here at Yanaki, check out our power steering problem. Yeah, listen to that.
See, told you.
Humming along
Straight up.
already.
Straight up, Dan.
Let's go to Phillip Island, mate.
A nice church on the hill straight up there, Dan.
It's got a big fish on it.
No, the church. Oh, it has too. Phillip Island's popular. First day of the school holidays, and they're all San Lima.
That's where they make the pasta, isn't it? We've woken up to a very, very foggy morning. Really doesn't give us much of the opportunity to go see some of the sights around Phillip Island, so we're just going to head off home. But there are some great sights at Phillip Island if you ever get down there. We've got the penguin parade and some great things.
Helicopter flights.
Helicopter flights, and just it's a beautiful place to enjoy the beach, and especially during summer.
It's been a really good trip, Dan. I've really been pleased with it.
It's been a very successful trip, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
We're glad you joined us, and hopefully you can join us next time on Whiparound 3, wherever that might be. We'll keep that a secret at this stage.
I can ask.
Catch you next time.
I never spoke the language, still the feeling was mine.